Hi everyone, today I wanted to share with you 3 of my favorite books that had an impact on me, that inspired me to explore different ways of being, that helped me to go deeper in my own spiritual journey and exploration of consciousness. So the first one is Grow a New Body by Alberto Villoldo. I actually trained with Alberto. I finished my training as a master practitioner of energy medicine in 2022 in December. In that training, I also had to undergo the Grow a New Body program, and that's the reason why I have this book. But this book is available online. You can purchase it on Amazon. I'm actually gonna leave links in the description if you would like to check it out. Make it very easy for you. And so this book is all about putting your body into an optimal state of operating, but it also brings in the aspect of energy work, which I love. So Alberto has trained for over 20 years as a shaman in the Inca healing traditions, and he's passing on that knowledge, and that's also what I trained in with him. But he brings together the energy work and nutritions in a very profound and clear way. And so this book is all about nutrition, but it also brings in some aspects of energy work itself. It's about detoxifying the gut brain. It talks about what the gut brain is. It's about resetting the death clock, which sounds really traumatic, but basically what we can do with having the right nutrition, we can not only slow down our aging, but we can actually become younger in many ways. So for many of us who eat a lot of sugar, for example, that is not the best food to take in, because it has many implications on mental well-being, on the physical well-being, on our health altogether. So sugar is a big part, but I mean, there's so much in here. It's also about doing 18-hour fasting and so on. Everything is explained beautifully. There's some recipes in here as well. There are, I believe, yes, there are also recommendations on what type of supplements to take and why to take them. So there's a whole program in here for you that you can try out to see how it regenerates your body. Grow a new body. How spirit and power plant nutritions can transform your health. So if you have health issues, I am not a nutritionist, by the way. I'm not a doctor. I'm going by my own experiences. And so always make sure that what you do is in alignment, what feels right to you. But hey, healthy eating, can't go wrong with that. So check it out. Link is in description. The next one I would like to talk about is The Field, and you can also see that I am obsessed with this book. So I basically made a mark everywhere with lots of, so I was reading this book and I got a lot of insights, connecting the dots, especially with the energy healing work I do, Kundalini activation, just diving deeper into it and what is going on here, and just bringing in, I suppose, logic into the mystical for me to understand, even in the sessions, if I have to explain it to somebody else. But so quantum physics for me in the past 6 years or so has played a massive part in bringing in more of the logic and grounding aspects into the practice. It's not necessary, but it's just something that I naturally feel drawn to. Maybe it's my background of user experience design and in general being a bit of a nerd. But yeah, this is a really good book. So I actually got this book in 2012 in London. I moved to London. That was before my time of Kundalini activation, I actually had, why am I not in focus? I got this book in London at the Human Evolution and Consciousness Conference. So I actually moved to London in, or was it 2012? It may have been 2014. I can't remember. I guess it doesn't really matter. I moved to London to found a new tech business. Actually, it was a fashion app for teenage girls, and to create a better, healthier body image in a fun and engaging way, and with fashion. And yes, so that's why I moved there. That was pre-Kundalini activation time. And in 2012, I would say, it was around that time, I went to that conference. Always very naturally drawn to explore, as I said, anything having to do with consciousness and spirituality and energy healing, energy work. And Lynn McTaggart was one of the key speakers, and she did some really profound exercises with us as well. And it was a very transformative experience, and that's when I got her book. So she's a journalist by trade, and she talks to a lot of quantum scientists and brings all the information together, all the different researchers, and it's not the easiest book to read because there's so much information in it, and obviously, so many notes I made, but it is really helpful if you're going through your spiritual awakening, just to give the logical mind a little bit of brain food, to have a read of something that is more set in the physical aspects of our way of being, to receive insights, clarity, and comfort in many ways as well. Look at that. I even made there's my little graph. Here we go. I guess I could read parts of that. So this is, maybe I can hold it like that. I hope my fingernails are nice. Here they are. Basically, what this is about the human energy field and the waves and how they interfere with each other in a constructive and destructive way. So when we're not in sync with each other, then one can basically override another, or we're becoming in sync. It's a bit of more of a complicated situation, and I'm not doing the best job to explain it. But Lynn talks about interference patterns. It's fascinating. Again, possibly I could do a video on that, because this is not just about the human energy field. It's also really fascinating to, maybe I can demonstrate that with actual waves, sound waves, to make it a bit more of a practical experience. But in essence, without going too deeply into that right now, is that, and I mentioned that in my other video, is that we're all radiating, we're all harming energy waves. So when two human fields come together with their waves, what happens is those waves meet, and now there are two options. Either they can be constructive interference or destructive. So destructive would mean that one, as far as I understand it, one overrides the other. So whatever is more coherent, whoever is more coherent in the field, meaning if I'm more coherent in, let's say, having a state of groundedness, let's say, very calm, if I'm really coherent in that, and somebody comes in that is really stressed, I can overwrite. My waves are overriding their waves, which means they're becoming calmer. If I'm in a calm state, but I'm not coherent, meaning there are fluctuations, and the other person that is stressed is very coherent in being stressed, their waves can override my waves, so I'm becoming more stressed, if that makes sense. Hi, please, I hope you got some sort of information out of that. I'm not sure if that was the best way to describe it, but I'm still learning to clearly communicate, so please be patient with me. So this book I highly recommend to read. It's for the nerds out there that would like to dive deeper into quantum physics. If this is a new topic for you, this would be such an amazing book to start with, because it gives so many beautiful examples, which makes it so much more tangible and understandable. The field, how everything is connected and influences everything. A web of energy. And then number 3 is Big Magic. Big Magic is by Elizabeth Gilbert, who has also an amazing TED Talk, which I'm going to link as well in the description box. And it's all about creative living beyond fear. It's about overcoming your fear of pursuing your creative passion. And one of the really beautiful stories that she talks about was she sees ideas as their own beings, their own standing pockets of consciousness. So she's talking about that ideas would come to her, but then if she's not acting on it, somebody else, the idea wouldn't wait around, it would go somewhere else to be manifested. So there's this example of her having this story that the idea that came to her, she made some notes about it, but she put it away, she didn't act on it. Later on, a few years later, she meets another author, they start talking, the author tells her about her idea and the book that she's working on, and it's literally the same thing. And it's amazing when stuff like that happens. We always think we are so original, and we are in many ways, because there's only one of us. But the ideas, the creative ideas that are coming in, they are like we are tapping into higher states of awareness, and that's where all the information is. And it's like picking an apple from an apple tree. Like whoever picks that apple first has the opportunity to manifest it into the physical world. I see my battery is about to die, so I think I have to just keep it short now. I'm gonna link all the books in the description below. Big Magic, can highly recommend it. I'm also linking the TED Talk, and I hope this was inspiring for you. Maybe one or even more of those books are something that you would like to read. And if you have any other great book recommendations, leave them in the comments. If you have any comments about those books, if you already read them and you have a beautiful insight that you would like to share, please also leave that in the comments. I wish you a beautiful day, and I will see you soon. Mwah.